Hello to everyone who's joined already. We're just going to give a few more seconds for people to join, and we will be getting started shortly. Okay, I think we can get started, and hopefully some more people will join as we go along. Hello to everyone, and welcome, and thank you so much for joining our webinar today. This webinar is brought to you by North One and Visita. This is going to be everything that you should know about moving your business finances online. We've got two amazing speakers for you today, and we're so excited to get started. But before we get started, a little note about questions. We'd love to take your questions and answer as many as we can at the end. We're going to leave some time for that. So if you have any questions, this is a quick way for you to ask them. There's a questions tab. You can just type in your questions, send it over, and we will make sure to answer as many as we can. Also, at the end of this session, you'll be getting a recording to your inbox. So if you miss anything, or if you have to leave early, or whatever the case is, we will make sure to send you the recording as soon as this is over, as soon as we possibly can. Okay, so today we've got some wonderful speakers. We've got Brandon Carlos, Chief Customer Officer at North One, and Maora Haroni, the Product Marketing Manager at Visita. They're both here to share some tips and insights into how to move your business finances online. And we're so excited to hear from them. But before we get started into that, we have a quick question for you. I'd love for you guys to quickly answer this poll. So if you can just quickly describe your current business finances and just answer the poll. Okay. Last seconds to put in your answers. All right. So as I can see from your responses, a large majority of you have some of your business finances online, which is great. And hopefully today's webinar will give you some more tips on how to move them further online. And 25% of you have everything online, which is also really, really great. And 13% of you are old school and doing it offline. So hopefully today's webinar will give you a few tips and tricks and insights into how to move your businesses and how to start moving them online. So let's get started with Brandon.
Thanks so much, guys, for having me today. I'd like to tell you a little bit about North One first. That's a good place to get started, I think. North One is a digital-first banking platform for American small businesses. Our mission is simple. We want to make running a small business accessible to anybody. And our customers and prospective customers are the backbone of the American economy. There's 32 million plus of them out there and growing. And they're sort of traditionally underserved by the standard banking experience, which is really not digital first or digital forward. Our product is simple. It's a fast, easy way to do all of the things that you would do with a bank account around depositing cash and moving money and all those things. But it's with a digital forward look. Should be simple, seamless, and easy so that you can focus on doing the thing that you do every day, run your business. So let's talk a bit about how you can simplify how you do your business banking. So let's start by saying the sort of traditional banking approach is not built with digital in mind. Many big banks do have digital platforms. However, those are sort of afterthoughts. But if you think about it, the time that you have to run your business is precious. So if you're spending it sitting in branch lines or waiting on calls, being put on hold, these are moments that are being stolen from you where you could be focusing on running your business. So what we built is a cross-platform tool, allows you to manage across a seamless and beautiful mobile app, or also on your desktop. Because as we've discovered, speaking to many American small business owners, they need the ability to do either, depending on whether you're in the car or at a client site, or whether you're in the office or you're working from home. The flexibility around how you spend as well is really critical. So of course, having a physical card is critical, and we provide that. But also digital cards, which, judging from the poll, there's a few of you who are old school and a few of you who are just starting to transition into digital. A digital card is basically the ability to do things like punch in a card that's not connected to a physical card, but it still pulls money to and from your account. So you can buy things online, and you can plug into various integrations, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then lastly, what we've discovered, speaking to many of our customers, is that it's not uncommon to run a business that's very cash forward. And so the ability to deposit cash, in a network that's accessible and convenient for you is really important too. So because we don't have a branch, we're not physical forward. What we've instead done is partnered with a tool called Green Dot, which is an available service across pretty much every major retailer in America. Think like the Walmarts and the CVS's and the 7-Elevens of the world, where you can deposit cash directly at the cashier with your North One card. So again, just removing another sort of burden or thing that gets in the way of you being able to focus on your business.
Yeah, and I think, Brandon, cross-platform is super important, and we see that as well. A lot of businesses that use our platform, they kind of start their day at the office, but then they quickly go out on the road to provide services to their clients, and they actually need to run their business on the go. So it's very important to have, like you have it, on different platforms.
Absolutely. Let me talk to you guys about financial planning, because this is actually the #1 reason why many small businesses fail. My dad's a lifelong small business owner. I grew up, watching him run his business, and watching him struggle, candidly, with all of the financial aspects of running that business. And when you talk to other small business owners, they have a very similar story, right? They've got piles of receipts. They've got shoe boxes full of different invoices. And what we found is that there are models that you can leverage to help you manage that better and in a more automatic way. So again, you're not being pulled away from doing the thing, from running your business. The model that we've aligned with, that we really love, is called Profit First. If you haven't heard of it, essentially it's a way for you to allocate your business funds into different buckets for your money, right? So if you think about all of the things that you use to run your business every day, whether it's payroll or whether it's OpEx or of course profit. A lot of times you'll find small business owners will sort of just pool all of those funds into one account, and then they have to do the mental math to figure out how they allocate. And so of course, a lot of times that doesn't end up working in their favor. With Profit First, what you can do instead is basically allocate percentages of every dollar that you have into different buckets for your money. We call these buckets envelopes in North One. And it's actually really easy. When you set up an account, you actually, one click, you can automatically choose the allocation percentage to the envelopes that you want to pay to. So let's say you want 15% for taxes, and you want a percentage for payroll and the rest to go to profit. You would set those rules up, and every dollar that comes into your North One account now gets allocated accordingly to each of these buckets. These aren't separate accounts. They're just different ways for you to view your money. And then at the end of the month, because this is running on autopilot, you've saved a tremendous amount of time thinking about where the money needs to go, and you're better set up for success. Lastly, I want to talk about integrations, because for those who are old school, that's a scary word, but actually, if you think about your business bank account as the hub for your business, right? The place where everything sort of starts from a financial perspective, certainly, and all of the other tools that you use to run your business as spokes, right? Whether that's an accounting software like QuickBooks, or maybe you're like an e-commerce retailer and you use Shopify or Amazon or Etsy maybe to sell your products. All of these are spokes that should lead into your business bank account. And if you think about it that way, then setting those spokes up to run on autopilot, again, saves you a tremendous amount of time. And the reason why I think most people don't think about this is because this is not how you're sort of like wired to think about your traditional bank account, right? Your bank account is a place for your money. It's not a place that speaks to all the other tools you use to run your business. But we're a technology company, right? So this is how we think. If you use, let's just use a real world example. If you sell your products online, every dollar that gets spent should flow into your bank account. From there, let's say you use QuickBooks or some other accounting software, rather than having to manually go in and like maybe export your ledger from your bank account every month, drop in CSVs, or even do it manually, that should flow automatically to your accounting software as well. And with a tool like North One, you can set these integrations up to run on autopilot, and the time is significant. The time savings is very significant.
Yeah, I completely agree on that. I mean, integrations are a must these days, and we see a lot of business owners using many different online services. And I think that they're starting to expect all of these services to kind of connect to each other and talk to each other.
Yeah, I mean, technology can be overwhelming, but it shouldn't be. It's actually supposed to save you time. And so these tools speaking to each other, when you set them up properly, these parts of the business run on autopilot for you. It frees you up tremendously to focus on maybe the more difficult areas of your business.
Exactly. So a little bit about Visita. So at Visita, we understand that a lot of these business owners, like Brandon described, they're really great service providers and they're really great at their job, but all of the business operation is really a burden for them. So what we do at Visita is we help these business owners manage their day-to-day business activities, and they do it using one cross-platform app. And when I say day-to-day business activities, I mean helping them manage their clients, their time, and their money. So our platform allows these business owners to automate a lot of the work, a lot of the tedious admin tasks, so they can focus on what actually is important for them, which is providing better service for their clients and also growing their business. So we help them create customer experiences that are actually fit for the digital age, which a lot of consumers expect today to interact with the business online. But most importantly, we help these business owners build a payment collection process that helps them get paid on time for the service that they provided. So how do we do that? So one way is to offer them a variety of payment and billing workflows. So there are different workflows. There are a lot of different businesses out there, and many businesses have different kinds of way that they collect and kind of process their payments. So for example, there are businesses that use a process of quoting and invoicing. And when this is done online, they can send a quote to their client, and then the client can sign that quote digitally from any device. It could be a laptop, could be a mobile device. And then once it's signed and approved, they can provide the service, send out an invoice. And again, the invoice is really simple to access from any device. They click and they pay it online. So that's one example. Other businesses prefer to collect payment before they actually provide the service. So these businesses often opt for an option to bill upon scheduling. So they kind of link the actual payment for this of the service with the booking of that service. So that's another kind of process. And while collecting payments is very important, tracking them is super important. And when this is done online, so you're able to leverage a friendly payment dashboard that we'll see in a second. And through that dashboard, you kind of see your real-time status of your revenues, kind of see the status of your income. And obviously you can access this because it's online from any device and any time.
Yeah, I agree more. One of the most powerful things about this data being centralized into a business analytics tool is that you now have at your fingertips the ability to look at patterns and things that are working and not working for your business. For instance, you could look at, maybe you have a primary source where your funds are coming in from, or certain subscriptions about your business are working better than others. With Visita's tool, you're able to see that data real time.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And what's great about software tools like Visita is that we're able to offer users an experience that's clean, clear, and simple. So you can see on the screen just a little screenshot of what a payment dashboard would look like. So you can always understand, have a quick look, and have an immediate understanding of your status. So you know how much money you're owed. If you're a business that has recurring appointments with clients that are planned for months ahead, then you can actually forecast your revenues. You know in advance that these are the numbers that reflect the recurring meetings that are going to happen, and then you can forecast your revenue. It helps you plan. And let's say you need to charge a client on the fly, not a problem. You have this very clean kind of an interface to a virtual terminal. You simply just key in the details, the service you provide to the client, credit card details, which you can also save online, makes it much easier to charge your client. So you just enter the details, click charge, and that's it. The money's on the way to your bank account. But what is even more important and interesting about managing payment online is that it makes it a lot easier for your clients to pay and to interact with your business in general. So I think it's pretty obvious that paying for your services should be the simplest task for your clients, because you know, you don't want those payments to be delayed. So it should be super easy for them. And when clients can do this from any device using different payment methods like credit cards, PayPal, or Venmo, they're definitely more likely to pay on time. So let's look at some examples. I think we can all agree that payment collection is an administrative task, and like most admin tasks, it's repetitive. So repetitive tasks are not fun. We can probably agree on that as well. And to make life easier, what businesses should do is build a process that automates their billing collection. And at this example, Jessica Campos uses Visita. She owns a marketing agency, and she uses templated online estimates that she sends to clients. We described this a couple of slides back. So she sends estimates to clients, price estimates. They sign it and approve it online, send it back to her. And then once she provided the service, the job is done. She easily, with a couple of clicks, converts it into invoices, send it back to clients, and they pay online with ease. And this is Ashley Perkins, which also uses Visita. She's a tax and accounting consultant, which means she probably knows a thing or two about finances. And she set up a process in place for her clients to pay online as they book a meeting for her services. And they do it through a secure client portal, which is part of the experience we offer at Visita. So every business owner that joins Visita, they have a client portal experience with which they can allow their client to interact with their business through a portal which is secure. Their clients are able to log in with their email and phone number. So they offer that secure experience. And Ashley realized that by making it easier for clients to pay, it actually made them pay faster for the service they provide. And aside from having a friendly user experience, what was really key for them, she realized, is that they felt secure doing it through that portal, and that made it a lot easier for them to pay.
Yeah, or that's definitely, I'll echo that. It's one of the things you hear often. Providing a banking platform is the focus on security, safety, and security, which with digital is just like it's just like extra armor, right? There's a significant focus on making sure that that your accounts are safe and secure.
Exactly. And this is Dr. Angela, which brings us to a great example on how payment collection can become a sales opportunity. So when her clients log into the portal, the same client portal, to book or to pay for a session, they immediately see all of her service menu. So that service menu actually serves as kind of a storefront window. So they see all of her different services. They can also see offerings for bundled services, sort of packages of multiple sessions that they can buy for a discounted price. And that actually helped her increase retention, because once a client goes in, they want to purchase one of her services. They say, oh, okay, I can buy this as a discounted bundle. And that helped her kind of switch clients, convert clients from one-timers to returning clients as they bought packages. So again, you could look at the client portal also as your physical or virtual storefront windows where your clients can discover your services, and it's a really great opportunity to create upsell, and obviously Dr. Angela has leveraged that. So just to sum up a few of the benefits we've just discussed about managing payments online. So one is less admin work, And we get this by building and putting processes in place and automating your billing process. Second point is getting paid faster, and we get that by making it easier and more comfortable for your clients to pay your business. And then third is the ability for you to analyze the data. So the dashboards that allow you to see trends in revenue and kind of discover new opportunities to see maybe where your business is performing better or where you have some more work to do. So by looking at the data, you're able to make those kind of business decisions. And because everything is online, you always have visibility and access to that data.
Yeah, and again, I'll echo that. Like real-time access to this information puts, a Ferrari at your fingertips, essentially. Really incredibly powerful data that a lot of like very large corporations would use, data analysts for. You can crunch in moments by opening up your phone.
Totally agree.
Okay, that was super insightful. Thank you both so much for all of that. I'm going to open it up to questions. So again, if anybody has a question to send over, now is the time. I'm going to start off with Brandon. We have a question here. Why should I go with a digital-first banking solution over one of the big banks?
Yeah, I love this question. So a couple reasons, I think. So first one is that if you look at the sort of traditional banking model, it's kind of riddled with like hidden fees. And this is like one of the biggest points of feedback I hear when talking to customers, right? Maybe there's no monthly cost to the account. However, actually at the end of the month, when you dig into it, you're being charged for things like, keeping a certain balance on hand, or, not using the account enough, or using it too much is another common one I see. So the solution we've built, like, it's super transparent. You pay $10 a month, and that's it. If you want to send wires, there's a $15 wire fee, which is among, I think, the most affordable in the country. But no hidden fees, and that's really important. Again, you're running a business. These types of things, they add up, and banking fees are something that's sort of like traditionally buried and hidden, in the model. The second one is that I think customer service is very underrated and very, very underserved in the traditional banking model. I'm sure every one of you at some point, even with your personal bank account, has gone through this, getting on the phone with a bank or trying to stand in a branch line and waiting for 45 minutes to talk to somebody who maybe doesn't solve your problem. This was one of the things that we invested heavily in right out of the gate, building a great customer experience team. They're product experts. They deeply understand the tool that you've signed up for and are paying a monthly fee for, and they can help you solve those types of problems, mostly actually through our in-app chat, which is very convenient because, again, real time, you don't have to worry about standing in a bank line and being taken away from doing your job. You can speak with a representative, a real human being, not a robot, pretty much anytime.
Thank you so much for that one. Maor, we have a question for you. You've talked about using technology to automate your business. Doesn't this make service providers lose the human touch with their clients?
I think that's a great question, and what I suggest is to look at it from a different perspective. So automation is not about losing the human touch. What automation is all about is letting technology handle all the admin tasks that are repetitive, and you get no benefit from having human touch, from sending out bills and doing all those annoying tasks. So what automation does for you is gets those tasks out of the way, so you can actually have more time for the human touch and for the human interactions that your clients know you for and appreciate. So that's a better way to look at it.
Excellent. Okay, back over to Brandon. Given the current economy, is now a good time to move to a digital bank?
Yeah, great question. Well, I mean, listen, we just went through a pandemic, and I'll echo what Maura said, that like the human touch, especially on the services side of your business is really quite critical. But I'll layer in like one of the things that we've opted to build with the digital banking experience is essentially freeing you up to focus on the things that that you do best, right? When you're using a traditional bank, you're spending all of this additional time and resources focusing on the things that that don't bring you profit and don't bring you revenue. When you're able to free that up, when you're able to automate it, you are exposed to do more of the human touch service elements that I think make your business special. So yeah, my 2 cents, yes, absolutely. And I really do think that this is about putting a value on your time and freeing you up to focus more on the things that you do best.
Great. And Maor, you've mentioned the importance of customer experience. With everything being remote and online, is it even possible to create a personalized experience?
Definitely. I think even more so. So with tools available today like Visita, so creating a personalized online experience, it simply means that you tailor different communication and different kinds of offerings to different clients. And businesses that use Visita are able to do that. So you can organize your clients into different marketing buckets. So you can have new clients, VIP clients, organize them by age group or by customer journey. And then to each one of these segments, you can build a specific offering or build specific kinds of communication. If you think about Amazon and Netflix, that's why the experience there is so great, because they use it and they use the data to tailor offerings to different kind of clients.
Yeah, I'll echo that, and I would say like by nature of the tools that we use every day, outside of work, right? Your iPhone, your iWatch, Netflix, all of these other tools that we use every day. The modern consumer has come to expect personalization. It's part of the experience. So again, you need to free yourself up to be able to automate some of these things, analyze the data faster so that you can make these types of personalized decisions.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not only that they expect it to be personalized, they expect your business to be fully digital, and they expect to be able to have every interaction with your business on a digital platform. And that's key, I think, in providing good customer experience today.
Okay, I'm seeing some more questions in here. I'm going to try to make some sense of them because they're not written 100%. So one of them asks, I'm here to see information on payroll. I have contacted employees that I want to send money to PayPal, and it's super expensive. Direct deposit is difficult because they are contractors. What would your option on this be? This is for Maor. I know this is a long-term thing. However, my dream would be for Visita to have an option for my team to have their own pay attached where they could get a percentage of a flat rate of the charge. So basically, is there any chance that Visita might have some kind of payment processing in it in the future, is being asked?
So Visita actually offers payment processing today, and we do that with a few. So we offer integration with different kinds of gateways. We actually have our own gateway as well today. But I think the question also refers to paying employees through the platform. So yeah, I think that's something that definitely we can explore. We currently don't do payroll management at Visita, but I think what's great about our product is we have a very good community of users, of businesses that we talk to all the time, and I think the product continues to evolve, and a lot of this evolution of the product is happens because we listen to our customers and kind of develop the product to fit their needs. So stay tuned. Let's see.
I would one bit of advice, if it's helpful. There are payment rails that are more affordable than the ones that that this person just described. Because I agree, like moving money through certain rails can get very expensive, right? Again, another hidden fee or cost running your business. But money movement rails like ACHs, for example, which typically take a few days to land in somebody's account, are free, certainly with North One. So there's a small time delay to sending that, but there's no cost to sending or receiving ACHs. And there are other exploratory money movement rails that are coming up, at least in the US, around like real-time ACHs as well. So not something we're exploring yet, but certainly something to keep a pulse on. But I agree, controlling those fees, the money movement fees, is really critical to running a business.
Okay, thank you so much for that, both of you. We have another question here. Is it possible to have multiple payment fields on one invoice? So I'm assuming this is also a Lucida question. For example, I would like to give my customers 3 options. 1, financing option, 2, pay by cash, and 3, pay by credit card. Is that possible?
So currently that is not possible with Lucida, but again, this is something that we could consider moving forward, depending on the different use cases. So currently we have 1 payment option for when you issue the invoice, and but it's definitely something that can be explored. And because I know, some businesses they prefer to get part of the payment in cash, and and like I think I mentioned earlier that supporting and kind of catering to different kind of payment methods for clients is very important, and we do that through integrating with different payment processors, and like I mentioned, credit card processing, PayPal, Venmo. So it's very important, and that's definitely something, like Brandon said, we like to keep a pulse about. So we'll look into that. Thank you.
Okay, and the last question that we have here, again, I'm going to try to make a little bit of sense of this one. I'm starting off and I transfer part of my 9-to-5 check into my business bank account. So Brandon, I think this one's for you. When would you split out the money to allocate for savings? At what point?
Love this question. So first of all, congratulations on starting the business. And this is exactly the way you should be thinking about your finances. What I would recommend is sign up for a North One account because what you can do is actually set this up automatically. The way it works on our platform is there's an envelope section. You go to this envelope section. Again, it's just a way for you to visualize splitting your money out, and you can set up rules for how you want it, what percentage you want to allocate to each of these different expenditures. And the platform actually does a great job of walking you through what the profit first model recommendations are. Something like 15% for taxes, X% for profit, etc. But you can customize it too, right? So depending on your business, maybe you need, maybe you have employees that are out of state, and you have different tax percentages you got to pay out, or maybe you have no employees, and that's a different ball game. So I would encourage you to take a look at that. There's also some really great content on our blog. We have a great partnership with Profit First, and they have a lot of really wonderful material on how to be thinking about allocation percentages for your business. But again, great question, and congrats on starting the journey.
All right, that seems to be all the questions that we have for today. Before we sign off, I'd like to give Brandon and Maor the opportunity to just sign off with their greetings.
Yeah, so again, thanks so much, guys, for having me today. I'd love to encourage you, if you're interested, to take a look at our website, northone.com. And for those who paid attention to the webinar today, or maybe listening to the recording, webinar attendees get $50 when you open an account with North One. Just use the /partners/Visita subdomain. Again, thanks so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, and thank you again for joining. And if you've enjoyed this session and found some of the tips and perhaps digital online workflows that might fit your business, just head over to visita.com. You'll get a 14-day trial for free to kind of browse and peruse the product. And what's even better, which I actually recommend, is just to schedule a meeting, a demo with one of our software experts. They'll be able to kind of take you through the platform and show you how your different business workflows can work on Visita and make your life easier. So that's my recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. To answer the last question that just popped up, yes, this is recorded and your recording will be sent to you as soon as we can. Thanks again for joining and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.